In this video I'm going to show you how to install all the software you need to get Laravel up and running in Windows 11. Just type this in, click on this link, and you can see this page showing in the web browser, so this is the Laravel application actually running. So I'll be showing you how to install XAMPP, Composer, Visual Studio Code, and creating a Laravel application and get it up and running. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install XAMPP. So I'm going to open up the web browser. I'm going to use Google Chrome, and I'm going to type in the search XAMPP. So it should be the first website, so I'll click on that. On the XAMPP website, click the XAMPP for Windows button right here, and your download should automatically start. If your download doesn't start, click on the link where it says click here. You'll be taken to the SourceForge website. Click on the green button that says download latest version, and your download should start after the countdown reaches 0. After the XAMPP installer is finished downloading, open up the downloads folder. Double click the installer file to begin the install. You'll get a message here. You can ignore it because as long as you install in the default directory, you'll be fine. So press OK. Hit the next button. You can deselect the following: Tomcat, Perl, and the Mercury Mail server, as theirs won't be needed. Click the next button. Use the default install directory and press the next button. Select the language you want to use and press the next button. Now press the next button to start the installation, and wait for the install to finish. Okay, after the XAMPP install is finished, press the finish button. The XAMPP control panel will show up automatically. So what you want to do is start up Apache, press the start button. Also keep in mind you've got MySQL here, but for the Laravel app that we're going to build, we're going to use SQLite instead of MySQL. But when you want to switch to MySQL, just make sure to click the start button for MySQL to start up before setting up the Laravel application to use MySQL. So to complete the XAMPP setup, we also need to add in a new PHP extension. So what you want to do is click the config button on the Apache row, so click config, and then select the PHP in brackets php.ini option, and this is going to open up Notepad. So hold down the control button, then press the F key and type in zip, and then hit the enter key. So what you want to do is get rid of the semicolon, and then hold down the control and then press the S key to save the file. Now close the file. You want to restart Apache, so if you click the stop button, wait for the service to stop, and then hit the start button again. Okay, so that PHP zip extension should actually be applied now to PHP. So next step will be to install Composer, so minimize the XAMPP control panel. Go back to Chrome and then type in Composer in the Google search, and it should be the first result. So click the link and you'll be on the Composer website. Click the download button and click the link that shows composer-setup.exe, and that will download that file. Once it's downloaded, open up the downloads folder. Double click on the downloaded composer-setup file. Choose whichever install mode. I'm going to use install for all users. In the Composer setup, click the next button. So Composer should automatically detect the PHP file in XAMPP. So you want to make sure that this directory is set up. So tick that checkbox and then press the next button. Ignore the proxy setting and click the next button. And now start the install. Click the next button. Okay, and Composer should be installed, so click the finish button. So we want to check that Composer is working, so click on the start button, then type in command, and then select open up the command prompt. In command prompt, type in Composer, and then press the enter key. So you see this text here, and if you scroll up, you'll see Composer. So that means Composer is working. So the next application we need will be Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to close the command prompt. Go back to Chrome and then type in the Google search VS Code, press the enter key, and it should be the top result. So click that link. You'll be on the Visual Studio Code website. So click the download for Windows button and the download should automatically start. Open up the downloads folder, double click the VS Code user setup file. Select the I accept the agreement option in the setup, then click the next button. Leave the default directory as it is and then click the next button. Leave the name as default, click the next button. Tick the create a desktop icon tick box and then press the next button. Start the install by clicking the install button, then wait for the install. Okay, after Visual Studio Code has been installed, click the finish button to open up the application. Inside of Visual Studio Code, close the welcome screen. Select file, then open folder. You want to select the C drive and then open up the XAMPP folder. Click the htdocs folder and then press the select folder button. Okay, so the htdocs is now open inside of Visual Studio Code. So the next thing I want to do is open up the terminal. If I go to view and then click the terminal option, and that will bring up the terminal. The next step for us will be to use the Laravel installer. So we need to minimize VS Code and go back to the Chrome browser. In the Google search, type in Laravel, and it should be the top link. So if you click the link, you'll be on a Laravel website. Click on the documentation button in the top corner or click the get started button and you'll be taken to the documentation. The installation section, if you scroll down, you want to look for creating a Laravel application and then scroll down and then you should see a code block that uses the composer command. So what you want to do is copy this command by clicking the copy icon in the corner. Go back to Visual Studio Code, go inside the terminal and then paste in that command. You can right click on the terminal to paste in the command and then hit the enter key to run that command. Okay, the Laravel installer has been installed. So if I just clear this, so what that means is you can type in Laravel, that will show you some information. So we're going to use the Laravel command to create a new Laravel project. So I'm going to type in Laravel new, I'm going to call this test-app and then hit the enter key. So you'll be asked a few questions and the answers to these questions will help build your Laravel application. Which starter kit would I like to install? So the default answer is none, so I'm going to use none, so I'm going to hit the enter key. Which testing framework do you prefer? The default answer is Pest, so I'm going to leave it as Pest, so you can hit the enter key. So you have to wait for the Laravel application to install until you get to this next question. So which database will your application use? The default option is SQLite, so I'm going to stick with the default option, so I'm going to hit the enter key. So the next question, would you like to run npm install and npm run build? So I haven't installed Node or Node package manager, so I'm going to type in no and then hit the enter key. Okay, after that question, the Laravel application should be set up. So after creating the Laravel application, if you check the Explorer, you'll see the test-app folder that you've created. So what I'd recommend you do is click File, Open Folder, go into the htdocs, select the test-app, and then press the Select Folder button. So what I've just done is switched VS Code to show only the folders and files for that new Laravel application that you've just created. So that way you can just focus on working on the new Laravel application. So to run the application, you type in PHP artisan and then serve and then hit the enter key. And it's going to show you the URL for where the application is running. So what you want to do is hold the control button and then left click on that URL. And if you see this screen right here, that means the Laravel application is up and running and you're seeing it run in the browser. So that's good. To stop the application from running, go back to VS Code. In the terminal, hold down the control button, then press the C, and then that will stop the Laravel application from running. To start it back up again, you just simply recall PHP artisan serve to run it back up again. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Leave a comment below if you have any queries or any issues, and thanks for watching.